Today I fucked up by asking my 100% deaf-born girlfriend of 2 years if she'd ever played Bop IT. Honestly, the story behind this isn't too exciting, but the accidental punchline had everybody, including my deaf girlfriend, laughing pretty damn hard. Edit, title typo. It's Bop It. 2 words. One thing I love to do after a long day of work is sitting my butt down in front of my monitor, ripping a joint, and playing Xbox with some friends. Long story short, that's exactly what I did. I got super high, was playing games with my friends when Bop It got brought up in conversation. So, my high ass turns to my girlfriend on the couch next to me and signed, without speaking, "Did you ever play Bop It growing up?" My girlfriend so innocently just signs back, "WTF is that?" Edit, for those that don't know, Bop It is a speed and coordination toy from the mid-90s that requires hearing to play. Guys, it took me a good 20 to 30 seconds before I realized what I just asked my 100% deaf girlfriend of 2 years. The shame I felt. Anyway, I told the boys online, everyone had a solid laugh including my hello good sport girlfriend. Too long didn't read, I got high while playing video games with friends when Bop It was brought up in convo. Asked my born deaf GF of 2 years if she'd ever played it. Surprisingly enough, no, she had not, and I felt incredibly stupid. This is not at all related to the post, but everyone is sharing stories about the awkwardness that can come up for hearing people around deaf people, and I wanna share lol. My grandfather was profoundly deaf. He lost his hearing in an accident when he was 2. So he didn't even remember being able to hear. One day my mother was outside cleaning the gutters and my grandfather was over. When she'd been up there a while, my grandfather ran outside and told her the phone is ringing. He was waiting for a call, so she panicked and ran inside to answer it. She didn't realize he was fucking with her until she picked up the phone to hear the dial tone. My grandfather had such a great sense of humor lol. They could make Bop It functional for deaf people, just add different vibrating cues to accompany the different instructions. That's actually a great idea. Not nearly as bad, but every year I ask my friend, of more than a decade, what she's doing for Christmas, and every year she gently reminds me that she is Jewish. Jews have Christmas traditions also, they just sometimes involve Chinese restaurants. Reminds me of when people assume I'm heading toward a staircase in my wheelchair. My response is usually, "What, are you trying to kill me?" Smiley face. I made a similar mistake once with my mom. My mom is missing her left leg after an accident as a child. Anywho, we were getting ready for bed and she asked me if her right foot looked swollen. I responded, "Dunno, let me see your left leg." She looked at me, I guess she saw how serious I was, and she lifted her left leg. I looked mortified. She laughed, and my mom responded, "You forgot I was missing my leg." That made me feel normal for a second. Thanks. That's a great story. So easy to forget such major things sometimes, even about the people you're closest to, haha. Today I fucked up by trying to keep my butthole clean and instead making it even dirtier. Obligatory, this fuck up happened a few months back, but to be fair I did not realize the extent of the issue until today. So back in June, as I'm sure you all remember, it had been a few months since any store in my area had been able to stock toilet paper of any kind. This was the kind of thing that was a big deal to most people, but not me. I had a plan, secret trick up my sleeve that gave me an advantage over everybody else, Amazon. That's right, while these suckers were wrestling over individual rolls like Black Friday shoppers, I would be sipping cocoa on my couch and getting it all delivered right to my door. Now, I had actually stocked up on TP toward the beginning of the lockdown. However, I did not have any flushable wipes, and I was able to find a box of 8 individual packs of Cottonelle flushable wipes for a pretty good price. I popped them in my cart, clicked buy now, and I never had to leave the couch. Win-win, right? A few weeks, maybe a month, after the wipes arrived and I began using them, I started noticing a tingle. But not a pleasant tingle, more of an itch. A very distracting itch, like an insanely overwhelmingly frustrating itch that will absolutely not go away unless I sit on the business end of a belt sander. Not something that is easy to deal with when you're standing in line at the bank. I had to fight my hand from instinctively twitching toward my agonizing butthole with every itchy pang. It must have looked like the drugs I had keistered were slipping out. As luck would have it, right around the time I began experience symptoms, I was laid off due to COVID. My healthcare was employer provided, and while I now know that they are continuing my coverage for a few more months, the whole layoff was pretty sudden, and at the time I had no idea where my healthcare coverage stood. Furthermore, I didn't feel like an itchy asshole was a great reason to go to the hospital during an ongoing pandemic when 1. I don't want to catch COVID, 2nd, I assumed I had just developed some kind of sensitivity to the chemicals in the wipes that would go away on its own, and c. I feel like every doctor in the country has more important things to do right now than look at my asshole. So, rather than seek the advice of a medical professional, I decided to just not do anything about it and hope it would go away. March, right? Fast forward to today, 4 months after I purchased the wipes, butthole as itchy as ever. Seriously considering seeking medical help at this point. I wake up in the middle of the night in great discomfort, and check my phone to see the time. 4 AM. I also have an email from Amazon about a recent order I placed. I open the email, and it reads as follows: Greetings from Amazon. We have recently learned of a potential safety issue regarding the following product that our records indicate you purchased from Amazon. Cottonelle Fresh Feel Flushable Wet Wipes for Adults, 8 flip-top packs, 42 wipes per pack, 336 wipes total. Cottonelle has informed us that the product might contain bacterium, Pluralobacter jagovi, which was detected during product testing. More details, including how to determine if your purchase is impacted and what you should do next, can be found in the following notification. This was an option I had legitimately never considered until I got this message. The very thing I had purchased to clean bacteria off of my ass had contaminated my ass with bacteria. I feel so betrayed. Also, super gross. Super gross. Time to go to the doctor. Too long didn't read. Bought flushable wipes so my butt would be clean. Wipes made butt angry. Months later, I find out that the wipes were contaminated with bacteria, and I might as well have been wiping my ass with leaves from the yard, and now I need medical attention. Cool. Edit, please for Christ's sake don't spend money on Reddit awards for my butthole. If you want to make me feel better, donate to Jamie Harrison and kick Lindsey Graham the fuck out of the Senate. Also, for those concerned, I do now have a bidet attachment, got one a month or so ago. At the time I bought the wipes, due to the societal TP freakout, bidets were out of stock too. Rest assured that no more wipes will be purchased. Double edit, just to make it super clear for the relatively small number of you that still seem to be confused. Donald Trump is a fat, bald, lazy, racist bitch. He's a stupid loser with no money and no friends. He's a gross old welfare queen living off daddy's money and the taxpayer. He's too dumb to even be a fascist correctly. If you voted for Trump, or you are planning to vote for Trump, fuck you. Leaves from your yard might actually have been cleaner. Sorry for laughing at your predicament. Definitely win the endurance test. If my asshole started itching after introducing it to a new product, I wouldn't be as patient as you and keep using it. Tiny silver lining, since it's an official recall of the wipes, you can probably get a full refund. I would be expecting more than a refund. Just buy baby wipes and make sure you throw them in the trash instead of flushing. Baby products in general are usually more safe because killing a baby looks bad for business. Contact a lawyer. You might have just hit the lotto. Edit, I didn't expect anyone to take this seriously. Skull, Lamau. There will be a class action and everyone who had an itchy asshole will get about $3.50. Today I fucked up by watching The Office with my autistic son. Not actually today, but yesterday. But first, some background. My almost 8-year-old son with autism will fixate on certain things he hears, and the more related to body parts or functions the more he fixates, and repeat them over and over and over. On the day in question I sat down on the couch and started watching The Office. My kids love it, so they eventually all ended up in the living room with me watching. The episode in question was one where Michael and Dwight tricked Jim into driving with them to the Utica branch to prank them for trying to steal one of their employees. During the drive, Dwight pees into an empty soda can in the back seat. Michael notices and starts driving badly, which causes Dwight to lose his balance and eventually say, "I think I cut my penis on the lid." I think you probably know where this is going. The rest of that day and today my son repeated that line approximately 8,000 times. He's still saying it to anyone in earshot, including the neighbor kids and my super conservative mother. There's also nothing I can do about it. Bringing attention to it will just make it go on longer, so I just have to wait until it loses its comedic effect and wait for the next, highly inappropriate but hilarious phrase he decides to fixate on, hoping by the time he goes to therapy tomorrow night he will have stopped saying it. Fingers crossed. TL, doctor, my autistic son heard a line from The Office that said, "I think I cut my penis on the lid," and won't stop repeating it to anyone and everyone within earshot. Edit, first of all, holy smokes, I didn't think this would get the amount of attention it's getting and I'm totally blown away. Front page. Wow. Thank you for those of you who gave me awards and shared similar stories. I've loved reading them all. When I saw it getting so much attention it really made my night. Second, it was pointed out by someone, sorry, I don't have time right now to find the comment and credit you, but I will later when I have more time to go back through the comments, that the correct usage is person with autism, so I edited the body of the post to reflect that. Thank you for the gentle reminder. Third, to all the people telling me I'm not a good parent or telling me that I shouldn't be letting my kids watch The Office, I just have one thing to say, you are a thief of joy. Edit 2, so I guess I should have looked more into it before editing. The majority of replies have said that the preferred way to say it is person who is autistic, or that it should be up to the individual on the autism spectrum to decide it. So, I'm just going to leave it as is, but thank you all who have commented kindly on the topic. I think I cut my penis on the lid, lol. There are worse lines to be stuck on. Hey Mr. Scott, what you gonna do? Exclamation mark. Jan has plastic boobs. I have hemorrhoids. Exclamation mark. I guess it could be worse. He could be saying, Dwight, you ignorant slut. A similar situation happened when our kiddo was 3. He was down for a nap and my wife and I had The Office on in the background. Little dude woke up and saw about 45 seconds of an episode. In that 45 seconds, Michael makes a comment about his relationship with Jan, summing it up by saying something like, "Don't ever sleep with your boss." Little dude had no idea what it meant, but ever since we told him Michael was the voice of Gru, anything he says is gold. Well, I bet you can guess which line he repeated to his teacher at preschool a few days later. Next time, respond with, "Boy, have you lost your mind? 'Cause I'll help you find it." What?